Oh, I didn't do anything to you. No, that's how drunks are. It's like they just look at you and they freak out and then they go, I didn't do anything to you. It's like, what the fuck? You just got startled and then you're telling me I did something to you. Anyway, that's how drunks are sometimes. Especially if they're barfly drunks because they know the bartender is going to stick up for them because, they more or less don't get in too much trouble, even though they cause and harass everybody that comes in there, but they're good customers. So I was just going to talk about somebody again, and and I agree. Anything I may say that may come off negative, it's more or less it's kind of tit for tat. Like for instance, if I was talking about this person or that person, it would depend on how my thinking evolutes in relation to them. Such as, let's say, for instance, and when I say evolutes, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm just full circle and totally all of a sudden from being a hater, all of a sudden I'm a friendly to that person. No, I do become friendly with people that I've hated on before, but it's not a real horse. Like it's not like I'm trying to fucking just like horse shit fucking right on their face or anything with hate. It's just like I'm a critic. What can I say? I'm a fucking critic. Now, but it's not like I want to come out negatively and start criticizing people. Now, here's an example. Like Ryan Leone, I like Ryan Leone. He's pretty cool, and I watch his videos. What can I say? I watch his videos, and you know what? But I have come to some conclusions. It's just you could call this my band-aid conjure warlock kind of intellect here, which would be my daytime warlock intellect. And I can tell you right now, speed cream works. Okay, anyway, on ceramic bearings, and he never skates. Okay, so look. If he says he skates, he needs to skate. I'm just going to come out and say, I'm not criticizing you, Ryan, but this will help your channel too. Even though I don't have any subscribers, sometimes a lot of people do watch a video or two of mine. I mean, I've had one video is on over 20K views. Okay, so Ryan, I just have to say this, bro. I do watch your videos. I'm loyal. I don't troll you. I actually do like to hear your stories. It's pretty cool. But I do understand the dynamics, which is there's only so many things you can talk about in relation to the things that you're portraying, which is your prison terms, your drug usage. You're limited, Ryan. And as a result of being limited like that, until you break out of that and try to figure something else, a new direction, maybe even something that has nothing to do with your past and bio, you might find your subscribers just go way up high, real fast. Even though you've written a book and that's commendable, and you have done some commendable things, and but let's face it, you could even be on any intervention show just as well, just to get a paycheck. I mean, I would do it. That would probably be a good idea for him to just do hire on as one of the counselors at intervention on so when all those Hollywood people come in, you get to watch Ray Leone try to reassure them they're going to be okay. That'd be funny as fuck. But no, Ryan Leone, I'm just going to say it right now. I actually do need this light because this is my white light. White light is important to me. It's very important to me to have white light. If you don't have white light, maybe you should just go surfing and hope that there's no marine life. If you don't like white light, maybe you should just go longboarding and hope that the sun's so hot. You're only lucky because you're going downhill and it's fast enough to keep wind smacking your face. But in the meantime, Ryan Leone, you're going to run out of material, bro. It's okay. You can figure something else out. It's obvious he's very articulate. He's pretty smart for somebody that's kind of like just I don't know. He did even go on Spike. He was the I don't know, something. He had some high position in Spike TV, which I don't know what that is. Me personally, I don't know what Spike TV is. But in the meantime, it doesn't really matter. It seems like other people think it's a big deal. So that's really all that matters. So he's a good guy. He hasn't done anything wrong. He hasn't skated yet, though. He said he skates since he's 9. So what kind of skater are you talking about? Fucking goddamn park? Because to me, that's that. Can I just be honest? I respect all skaters, but I'm just going to come out and say, if you just learn on a skate park, you're not a skater. If you don't know how to go down a mountain, then you're not a skater. Did I say that? Yeah, I said that. If you don't know how to go down a mountain, you're not a skater. All right? What do you think a skier is? A skier is a skier because he can go down a mountain. If you go to a fucking skate park, you're not a skater. Now that was cruel. That was cold-hearted. I'll probably even get some hate on that because there are some hella good fucking vert board people. There's some good skate park trick people. Some good cruiser trick people that I actually like the cruiser trick people because the skateboards are so brawny and it can still pull off tricks. Now that's kind of like my favorite, but I'm not into it. They are skaters. They're all skaters. Just understand me. If you're just fucking around in, a skate park, okay, technically you're really not doing the shit that the skateboard's designed to do, which is go down full gravity, not fucking up and down little mountains and hills. You're supposed to go straight the fuck down. That's what a skateboard, my mind tells me that's what a skateboard is. So Ryan, you need a skateboard. Actually, if you come out here, I'll train you to longboard. Then you can go on with your stories about how you learned. A friend of yours trained you. A longboard is 56 years old. In 5 months, he trained himself, only with shitty skateboarding in his belt from when he was a kid. Okay, so I really didn't have any prior experience to this. This just goes to show you I could probably outskate the shit out of you going down a mountaintop, guaranteed. But it doesn't mean I don't like you. I think I could train you to do the same or better. You seem pretty healthy, Ryan Leone. You seem really healthy, pretty healthy anyway. Once in a while, it does seem you wonder, is he on something? But if he was, you probably know rather than later. So I suspect he's clean. In the meantime, Brian Leone, you're going to run out of material. So let's try to augment it. I was going to open up an internet skate shop and maybe even try to go in on making so I have other projects I want to get into. In the meantime, I'm just this little YouTuber, but I'm making my points known about people. And Ryan Leone, you're going to run out of material. All right. Look at 23-1. Now all he does, he gets guests on because he run out of material. All right. That shit's boring, bro. I don't watch, what is his name? Lockdown 23-1. I don't watch it anymore because I don't want to watch all these other motherfuckers. I'm not a prison dog like that where I'm like, oh yeah, I just want to see prison life all day long. No, it was good when he told his story, 23-1, but that's it. No more. I don't want to see his guests. I don't want to see his former gangsters or his current gangsters or his blacked out gangsters or whatever the fuck he has on. This isn't Johnny Carson, man. You do YouTube channel, you keep your content flowing, and if you subcontract to people as guests, what happens? All of a sudden, you're not as popular. I mean, I don't know. It just kind of depends. For instance, if I was to watch Howard Stern right now, I guarantee I wouldn't laugh through the whole fucking thing. Now, back in the day, I might have cracked up a few times. But, even on the Sirius radio, whatever radio he's on these days, even if I did have that shit, I could probably not laugh at it. It's just it's turned scripted. Everything is turned scripted, and it's way, even though he was the one arguing with the communications people about cussing way back in the day, he acts too scripted now. Okay, so it's not funny. Right? Back in the day, he would just say things out of the blue and just, and that's what made Howard Stern famous. I don't think he does that shit anymore. He just acts like this. This isn't Johnny Carson. Okay, you got to keep it going. You got to have that content. So if you're doing something and you're running on material, it's easy enough to switch over to other stuff. Like me, that's why I do all kinds of stuff. I make music. I skateboard downhill. Don't need to show off a trick, although I do want to go down a hill pretty soon. I want to go over a driveway and jump off of it with the skateboard just because that would look cool. It's like fucking 6 feet. It would be like a nice jump, man, right onto the road again. And I definitely want to do that. But the problem with that is I have to set up a little ramp there because there's brick there. So I don't want to just lift the skateboard and jump over the brick. I can do that too, but I don't get down that far. I'm 56. I'm looking at something. Hold on. Oh, fuck you. Another notification of unimportance. But the point is this. I skateboard. I make music. I do rants. I talk about politics. And I talk about, mostly, I would say a lot of people just call me a conspiracy theorist, which is actually a CIA compound word, which is really, if you say conspiracy theorist, it's just another way to call somebody nuts. Because really, it's a falsified estimation about somebody. I mean, for instance, if somebody has multiple ideas about what something happened, maybe it means they have a high Q and that they're not a conspiracy theorist. Do you ever think of that? Maybe that's how maybe smart people think, and you just don't want to admit it, so you call them a conspiracy theorist. It's a misnomer to expect because somebody has a lot of different ideas about something and or some one or two that are extremely out there that you have to call them something like that. That is a CIA coined terminology. Just go look it up. 1968, I believe. Anyway, the point is this. You do a video, you keep your content moving, whatever you have to do to change it up. I know that I am one of those people because usually I'll find a topic, I'll just roll with it, and just that in itself, the topic, the rant, whatever you want to call it, the description, possibly a review or a partial review, which always gets attention, not that many views, but because you say partial review, people want to watch. What does he mean by partial review? You do a review, you do a review. So a lot of times I'll get views just for saying weird shit. Like, it won't mean a lot of views, but it'll mean more than normal because somebody will see it partial review. What the fuck? And then when I did that video, it was called No Pause Clark Partial Wheel Review. It's just me kind of like cruising down the road on a couple different skateboards, a couple different wheels, different trucks. And I was just saying that, actually it was a little bit of a cliffhanger, a attention grabber, because it's like, oh, he's going to review wheels. And then they go and they watch me skateboard. It's a riot. But see, that's how I am. I'm not a creative expert in that way. I just find that it's fun to, mix it up a little bit. I don't want, people to think that my shit's extremely boring at any time. Now, yes, if I don't get a lot of views on one video, sometimes that happens. And sometimes it's YouTube. They just block comments and views. At that point, yeah, you can get a little distracted. You know for a fact that so many people commented, there's no way not one of them gave me a like, okay? And yet there's no dislike, so you already know that it's YouTube. And of course, a good way to test YouTube with that, and I'll just give you some advice real quick. Make sure you do have multiple accounts. Not just multiple accounts, but multiple channels that you actually are active. At least 2 or 3 active channels. And then have a bunch of other channels. And what you do is this, you test what YouTube is doing to you, those other channels. Now, what they'll usually do is they'll just take your likes away initially, but they may do different things. Like, for instance, take your likes away on your side, but not really tell you that they're letting dislikes on other people's shit show up. So you see, YouTube could do a lot of different things with their setup and not tell anyone. Just stay covert about it. I mean, who's going to fucking complain until they got absolute fucking proof? Now, Wise Up on YouTube definitely got shammed. The guy was getting millions of views, and YouTube cut him down to like less than a quarter of a million, He had millions of views on YouTube, and he proves it on one of his videos. I'm pretty sure he fucking proves it. So YouTube has suppressed Wise Up on YouTube so badly. And it's because he has alternative viewpoints. That's it. The guy has alternative viewpoints about geology. So you just got to look at YouTube and go, what's their agenda? They're trying to shame him by not getting him a lot of subs. And there are people tank out at certain amounts. It's really not their fault. It's YouTube. YouTube is blocking them from getting more subs somehow. This is just a theory I got. Black Bigot, I think he should have made it to at least 90,000 by now, but it's been so slow. It's actually unbelievable. Now, it doesn't mean a homeless guy in a car is super interesting, but he does say some pretty cool stuff that it should be enough to get him to 90,000 plus really quickly. No, YouTube cuts them off. YouTube prevents those people. They sub, and then because they're infrequent subbers, they unsub them. YouTube unsubs them. Now, because they're novice, they don't really look at the channels that are popping up that they sub to. That's why they don't complain. And when they finally do, it's because they get a little more knowledgeable about how YouTube plays their shit. There's some shenanigans later.